Welcome back to the Bayside Jewel. How y'all doing out there? Stay tuned. We got some really interesting things to talk about. All right. Welcome back to the Bayside Jewel. And I certainly hope all my brothers and sisters all around the globe is doing very, very good. Staying safe, and being wise. But for those of you that are in the United States, aka Gotham City, looks like Mr. Freeze is up to his old tricks again, right? What's going on with I-95, man? I mean, people are freezing, people are starving, and people are running out of gas. People are cold. Looks like an episode, doesn't it? An episode from Gotham City or Batman, okay? It's terrible. I feel for my my people over there. Pardon me. But yeah, I got some good things to talk about. What I wanted to come on here and talk about, besides Gotham City, is them people are just always up to tricks, man. You don't know if that's if that thing is staged or what the deal is, and why is it taking so long for them to clear that road? It's crazy. Yeah. And people are starving, people are hungry. Did they ever get the thing cleared? Did they ever get it cleared? Is that straight now? I don't know. Last I checked, it wasn't. But what I also want to talk about is I have some pretty interesting news for some of you. For those that are not aware of this, but the subject is the subject of marriage. There in the U.S., when you get married, you're not marrying who you think you're marrying. What you're basically doing is signing a contract with the government. This is why the government is involved in your marriage. So ultimately, it's not about you getting married to him or her. It's about you getting permission from your parents. Parents, your government, yeah, that's why you need a license. License ain't shit but permission slip. That's what it is, but for you to get married. So it's just like, if you were, at home wanting to marry someone, you'd have to go to their parents and get permission, right? Back in the days, right? Well, it's the same thing here. You got to go to your parents, which is the government. I hate to put it that way, but it's true. They got our people rigged up so many ways there. I mean, whether it's your Social Security, whether it's your birth certificate, whether it's your driver's license. A lot of that stuff is, hey you guys, a lot of that stuff is actually on the stock market. Making money as you sleep, and you're not seeing a dime of it. Yeah. But yeah, that I'm sure you probably heard that before. It's absolutely true. They got these instruments, and one good thing about it, you can actually reverse just about all of that stuff. You can reverse it, and you can claim everything. more science does teach you how to do that, you know. But you have to understand the position that you'll be in. You're fighting a beast. You're fighting a beast. Now, it doesn't mean that it can't be done. And it doesn't mean that you can't still operate in the corporation or in the government. Because you are part and parcel to that government. They would not exist if it were not for your ancestors. I mean, with those treaties and things, So, so they got you rigged up really good. So one way they really bamboozle you is through your marriage. Your license for to get married, it's not a license for you to marry your spouse. It's a contract with the government. This is why, when you get married over there, you got to go about it, a certain way. You got to get your license. Then you got to get a pastor, right? Well, the pastor is actually connected with the government. With the church and state are as one. It's a business. Business is business, The thing about it, too, is I want you to realize is that, it's not that these pastors love preaching so much that they would take money out of their own pockets and put churches up on every damn corner. That's not who's doing that. It's the state that's doing that because they want to keep you asleep. They want to keep you passive. They want to keep you, very, very passive, submissive, So this is why they're putting up these churches on every 2 blocks or something like that. Ain't nobody, taking that money out of their own pockets, putting up those churches. It's the state. So church and state are actually one. They don't want you to know that. Okay. So when you get married, you're getting that license, and you're signing a contract, and you go find yourself a pastor. That pastor gets a piece of, the fees that it costs for you to get married from the state, and then he turns that in to the state. They're working together. So basically, the pastor is an agent for to do that kind of business, and he's also an agent to preach every Sunday or Saturday. He's an agent to do that, to keep the masses believing in this dumb shit. Pardon me if you don't rock with that, but I don't rock with your Lord and Savior Jesus or anybody. But so they work together. Church and state are one. So when you get married, you're not marrying who you think you're marrying. You're marrying the government. That's who you're marrying. And for some reason, if it don't work out, you got to turn around and pay the government. You got to turn around and explain to them why it didn't work out. And then they're going to be your parents and tell you how it's going to go down. You're going to get this house, you're going to get this car, and you're going to pay this amount of money. That's why they're acting as if they are your parents. And you have to pay a fee. And plus you have to pay their lawyers, right? Well, they're attorneys because they're not lawyers. You are actually the lawyer, but you don't use your law, so you lose your law. That's how it goes. Either you use it or you lose it. And if you don't study, you're not going to know your law against these code statutes and ordinances. You're not going to know it. And you're not going to stand a chance against it either. So you got to know how to fight the beast, But, so I just wanted to come and tell you that. And if it was me getting married there in the U.S., I'm going to tell you, I would do it Muslim style, where there's no, none of them people involved. None of them people involved. No paperwork, no nothing. Somalians over there got that shit right. You don't see Somalians in court talking about getting a divorce or things like that because they don't deal with them. They keep them people out of their business. And we got to learn to operate in that way also. You can get married without getting a license, and you don't need their permission for one, and you don't need their permission slip. You don't need that. Marriage is between you and your loved one. That's y'all's, whether you say vows to each other or, you meet each other's family and say we're going to get married. That's how it's done. You don't need them people in your business, because when you do that, you're actually signing a contract with them. It's not a contract with you and your spouse. It's a contract with them. You're saying, Mommy and Daddy, we want to get married here. You're going to them like they're your parents, and they're going to tell you how it's done. They're going to give you permission and the blessings. Need to go back to our own ways. Go back to your own way. If I was to get married over there, I wouldn't do it with the paperwork and the license and all of that. Yeah, get out of here. You don't need that. You don't need it. You'd be better off without it. Some people end up paying thousands of dollars with attorney fees and court fees trying to get their marriage dissolved, when the only thing you got to do is agree, okay, we don't work, let's separate. It's just that easy. Yeah, y'all. So I was just coming at y'all because it's been a minute. So, yeah, I wanted to bring you something good. But, yeah, so be aware that Gotham City activity over there, because that's what it is. It's Gotham City they're acting like, and Mr. Freeze done pulled another fast one. Till next time, y'all, from the Bayside Jewel. Salam alaikum.